from the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Well, we've had some rain across the area, and we get a chance to have a lot of rain for some of us once again as we get on into Thursday. Not tomorrow, but on Thursday. There's a storm system literally where Aaron and I are just back there looking at some new data coming in. Threats of thunderstorms now, we've increased this a little bit for Thursday afternoon as a boundary is going to be in the area. And then that's going to set us up for a line of strong to a few severe storms for anywhere from around Tulsa to the south and east. So we'll have to get ready for that because that is coming up. And then we could have some cold rain coming up on Friday. So that's part of the deal. In the meantime, the rain that did move through the area ended up with about 4/10 of an inch. Was 4/10 of an inch in Tulsa and surrounding areas. 1/4 to 4/10 of an inch was common. If you were south a little bit further on the far southern sides, not much happening, and farther north, again, lighter amounts of precipitation, which has just been the pattern. Today's high temperatures, as we mentioned, we're out in western Oklahoma in the 70s to low 80s. We missed that. We ended up with temperatures in the lower 50s and then 55 in Tulsa. Right now, the temperature is 60 in Okmulgee, and so that's one of the reasons why that temperature shows up there now. But warmer air is coming in. We had a big surge of warm air across Kansas. Notice how the cold air remains up to the north. Then this pocket of cold air and the rain that was in our area, that's what slowed down the warming process. Southern Florida and also West Texas was the warmest. Phoenix cooled off a little bit to 66. Big storm system coming in. Where else? California. That's pretty much just the place. Seemingly every day we have a storm system out there. And again, this has to be absolutely crazy for folks out there to just deal with that because they're not used to that. And I mean, it's like been months, several months of this going on and flooding, and they're getting their precipitation, so that's good news. But that storm system will be headed our way on Thursday, and that's what's going to mess with us a little bit. Meantime, we do have clear skies out west. We have still the clouds pretty much in here, but notice there's a temperature differences. And with that south wind coming in, we call that warm air advection, so that should warm up some of us as we go through the early morning hours. We'll be in the 50s to near 60 in the morning. So again, we're not going to drop off. If anything, we're going to rise in temperatures. I wouldn't be surprised if the hard Tulsa is 61 or 62. With any luck at all, tomorrow we'll break those clouds out and get rid of some of them and go partly sunny, occasionally sunny, and we should be between about 70 and 80 across the entire viewing area. And I don't think too many people complain about having some sunshine and some warmth for a change. This has been a long haul for the month of March. We just haven't had very many spring days. Temperatures running a lot colder earlier in the morning out west on Thursday, but that warm, moist air is stuck here in eastern Oklahoma. And so what that means is a boundary. You can see some blue arrows. You see some red arrows. They're in a fight right now. I shouldn't say right now, but on Thursday. That'll be triggering showers and thunderstorms. And so those storms, when they blow up, they're most likely going to have hail is probably the biggest thing. And then that'll follow up with maybe some strong winds with a few of the storms and then some flooding rains. Now, embedded in that is always the chance of an isolated tornado. Right now, that doesn't appear to be the big problem, but it's still out there. The biggest problem at this point would be the heavy rains. There's going to be a temperature differential of 70s to 80s south and east. It will be in the 60s north behind that boundary. And so we're looking for the conditions to not change a whole lot on Thursday evening into early Friday morning because we'll still have showers. The worst of the weather is pretty much over with by then in terms of heavy rain, but there's still going to be aggravating rains. And so we could have ended up with some areas, rivers, flooding. Temperatures are going to be very, very cold on Friday morning in the 40s north while still 60 southeast because that boundary is still in the area. And it's going to take most of the day to see a change. But we're going to have a pocket of really cold air right in here with showers on the backside of this storm system as it pulls on out of the area. Once it does, we'll be okay. But we'll have to deal with the threat of a few severe storms again. That is for Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. Amounts of rainfall. If you're in eastern Oklahoma, we're going to float away eventually at this rate. And you just go a little bit west, and then it just goes to basically nothing. Farther west you go from Tulsa. I-44 seems like it's just stopping everything. Saturday's looking good. Temperatures in the 60s. Light winds. Should be a gorgeous fall day, so I put a little spring step into you, and we're looking for temperatures to be in the 60s to near 70 on Sunday. We do have a slight chance of showers for Sunday afternoon. There is some colder air coming in. See the blue arrows? That's the beginning of another cold front, and that cold front's going to knock our temperatures down on Monday and Tuesday, and so we will be dealing with that chillier weather. And then also we do have a frost or freeze once again, potentially around April 1st. That first week someplace in here is the conditions. So at this point, still cloudy skies, 58 degrees. The south wind is 11 miles per hour. And we're looking at temperatures that are going to hold steady and maybe even rise in the morning up to around 60 or 61. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. 80 by afternoon. If everything works as planned, crossing my fingers, even my toes. That's how desperate I am at this point. But we're looking for the best chance of storms, some severe on Thursday. And then you see, not too bad, but that cold weather there on Monday and Tuesday. That's your weather forecast. We're back with sports.